Welcome back, design students. In this video, we're going to begin modeling the apple. So let's get started. Now, we could use a sphere for this, but I think it would save us a lot of time if we used our spline modeling techniques and started with a lathed shape. So let's go to Shapes and select Line, and then we know that the apple comes down in here a little bit. So let's go here, 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 and back to the center here. Right click to finish the shape. And then let's go to the Modify tab, and we're going to close the rendering rollout and select Vertex. And then let's start to convert some of these vertices. I'm going to convert this one to a Bezier. Same with this one. And I have both axes locked in here. That's why I'm able to just manipulate everything in both directions. Now this one, I think I'm going to try to make it a Bezier corner so I can pull that up a little bit more. So now we have a basic apple shape created here. Let's exit vertex mode, go to the modifier list, and find Lathe. And I'm going to hit Min, and it looks like my normals are flipped, so I'm going to check flip normals. And we have a pretty good apple shape right there. Pretty good. So I want to make sure that everything is good with the lathe, so let's open up the line item in the modifier stack, select vertex, and then turn on show end result. And I need to select this point. You can see I have a hole there. I need to pull that closer to the center so it closes up that hole. And check the shape. And do the same on the bottom. This weird looking thing here is because in the lathe modifier we don't have weld core selected. And I got rid of that. So, So let's add some geometry to it. I'm going to add some segments, maybe make it 25. And then I'm going to add some segments to the line so I get more height segments, and see if that helps anything. I'm going to go back to the line, close the geometry rollout, and open up interpolation, and maybe make this 10, push enter, and see what that does. And that gives me more height segments. I don't want too much because we're going to just have too much to work with at some point. But I think that looks good. So I changed that to 8. So now that we have our basic apple shape, let's right click and convert it to an editable poly so we can make it look a little more natural. I'm going to enter vertex mode, and then I'm going to use soft selection, and I'm going to select a vertex, say right here along the top. You can see sort of where that is. And I'm going to adjust the fall off so that I can kind of pull that whole side up a little bit, make it look a little less, uniform, a little more apple-y. And then on the bottom, let's turn on edge faces here. We need to try and pull out those sort of little feet that apples have on the bottom. So I'm just going to grab a vertex and see if I can pull that down. That's a little too much. So I'm going to adjust the fall off. Kind of pull that down. Move over a little bit. Kind of pull that down. Move over a little bit more. Pull that down, maybe one more right in here, and pull that down. So I think very quickly we have a pretty decent looking apple shape. I'm going to expand my perspective viewport. Take a look at it. Okay. I think that's good for now. When we come back in the next video, we're going to use these sculpting tools to try and add some randomness to this apple shape. You know, some flat spots and some other things like that. And I'll see you then.